Hi ladies and gents, Pond here with another video for Rise of Empires, Ice and Fire. Thank you so much for your previous likes, comments and subscriptions to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, why not click on that button and ring the bell so you can get notifications of whenever I'm dropping content on the channel. And now on to this video. So first off, just a reminder that the solo cumulative purchase event is coming up this weekend, and I just wanted to remind you guys that Huawei AppGallery Switzerland still have their current promotion on till Sunday the 14th of November. It's a 3-part promotion, and you can look at these 3 different offers here. So first off, we've got the 15% off daily coupons. So on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can get 2 1.5 Swiss franc coupon if you make a purchase of over 9 Swiss francs, and you can also redeem a 3 Swiss franc coupon when you're making purchases of over 19 Swiss francs. So you can get those each day on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You can also, on offer 2, is the 15% Huawei points back offer. So for every Swiss franc that you spend, you will get 1 Huawei point that you can then redeem against future purchases. And that is going to be available again on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And finally, the third part of the offer is the exclusive gift pack claimable after you spend more than €10 on a single purchase, and you just get those items there that we've seen on there. So for you spenders out there that are going to be taking part in cumulative purchase this weekend, why not take advantage by using Huawei AppGallery and saving yourself a few dollars, pounds, Swiss francs, euros, whatever you use. And of course, the link to the campaign is in the video description, and of course links for the Huawei Discord. If you've never used AppGallery again, if you join their Discord, the good folks from Huawei will assist you with all of your questions there. So that is Huawei AppGallery, as I say, on this weekend. Now, on to the main topic of this video. Earlier today, the devs have dropped the bombshell that in the new season of Reign of Chaos, states 1 to 136 are going to be doing original Reign of Chaos Total War. Really big news, as they say. Let's have a look at what they've stated in their statement. Dear Lord, we'd like to share a big news with you. ROC will begin next Monday, the 15th of November, in states 1 to 136. This is earlier than what we were originally thinking. We thought it was going to be the 22nd. They'd insinuated it was going to be the 22nd, and original schedule, usually we have a 3-week break, but no, it's on this coming Monday. You are going to be able to battle cross provinces if you're in one of these provinces from the 22nd. So if you remember old Reign of Chaos Total War, you don't have sign up week like in Eden. Week 1 is prep week, where you price your ACs down and you start building your tile patterns and defenses. So for all you R4s, R5s out there, dust off your AC layout plans and get denoting where you're going to be putting everything. Of course, I'm sure everyone's going to be going with the one corner formula, where you put your main alliance's AC right in the corner, then you put support alliance ACs in front of that, and then all your farm alliances and their ACs in front of that to provide as big tile coverage as possible to protect your AC1 as much as possible. Now, let's have a look at the other comments here. If your allies are in a different province, but all of them are in the same Reign of Chaos group, the alliance members who are not in the same province as your alliance are still allowed to join in construction building, but on the 22nd of November. So the devs are allowing cross province to a point, but you have to be in a state that is in the same Reign of Chaos group, and by the looks of things, they're saying that you're not going to be able to actually join until the 22nd of November. So that is interesting what they've put there. If in a different group, then you are not able to construct buildings. So that means basically if you're in a different state outside of your alliance's group, you cannot do cross-province Reign of Chaos. You're going to have to join an alliance in your own state. For those of you outside of states 1 to 136, North versus South conflict can be signed up since the 15th, in states S137 to 360. On the 22nd of November, the battle will start, so you'll be on the map from the 22nd. If you sign up individually, your map may be different from your alliance's one. If you have been in this alliance for less than a week, you have to sign up by yourself. So for those of you that have been in your alliance more than 7 days, don't forget, just allow your R5 or the Overseer to sign up for your alliance. If you have moved to your alliance within the last couple of days, unfortunately, you're not going to, or if you were thinking of moving from today onwards, you're not going to give yourself enough time. You have to have that 7-day cooldown in the alliance to then join the alliance on the same map. So I think the devs have caught a lot of us out of on the hop with this announcement, and wow, where do we start? So first off, am I surprised that we're doing Total War? I'm not completely surprised. I have been aware that we were going to, for a few days now, that we were going to get this announcement. I am surprised that it is the 15th. I was expecting it to be the 22nd. In LSS, our sister game, there they call Reign of Chaos Doomsday, and they do rotate between Total War and their Eden. So it's similar, almost identical gameplay mechanics in both of those types. So they have been rotating. So I'm not surprised that the devs have brought back Total War. Obviously, in our states 1 to 136, they did that questionnaire where they asked, did you want to do Reign of Chaos Total War again? And originally they were just planning on doing it for states 1 to 88, but apparently the players in 89 to 136 also said in the majority that they would prefer to play Total War. So S1 to 136, we've got Total War. It's going to be interesting. Most of us, so for instance, we've just had, in State 55, we've done 6 seasons of Eden. In the older states, some of them have done 7 seasons. The oldest bracket of states have done 8 seasons of Eden. So it's around 18 months to 2 years since a lot of us have done any basic Reign of Chaos Total War. Obviously, you've got the mechanic where we're going to have battles on Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. You're going to want to decide in your alliance what your fighting time is and what your truce time is, because they split the day into 3 8-hour segments. Are you going to want your fighting war time to be starting at reset or at +8? Just depends on where your players are located all around the world. For us in DIC, it is going to be tricky. We've got a fair amount of players split between the Americas, Europe, Asia/Australia. So we're going to have to kind of do a poll. That's what most of us have done in the past, like poll what the preference is in terms of your start time for Total War. Obviously, Total War, you need as many players on taking part in the wars as possible, because that is where you're gaining the vast majority of your points for the season, because you win 20% of your opponent's points total, and activity is really key. Obviously, the more players you have online, the more stamina you have, the more tiles you can take. Really, really basic stuff. Also, let's have a think about other things. So from S2 onwards, we had the Destroyer Shout. Now, back in that time, there were kind of multiple elements of the gameplay that were different. So, for instance, the actual strike time, the cooldown time for the Destroyer Shout launching was 5 minutes. Now it's 10 minutes. Also, we didn't have things like will, which is the reduction in damage the further the distance that your cast is from another castle. So, if your guardian or whoever was in charge, if it was whoever was your guardian who was launching the Destroyer Shout, they would be launching it, and players would be hitting from far away. If we now have minus 70% will, is that going to have an impact? Well, people aren't probably going to directly hit a castle. And the reason for that is, again, previously, you would have on your demo value, so if you went to the fortress defense, on here with your 600 durability restore, this was unlimited. There was no 30-second cooldown. So if someone was the guardian and they had enough gems, they could just sit here and constantly refresh their durability so that their fortification value stayed at maximum, which made it, and people could be hitting them and also hitting them with dragons, and they just wouldn't get to zero. They wouldn't get zeroed. Now with this 30-second cooldown, you're obviously there's that window there where you can be hit, and even if you're like a super max castle, you're just not going to survive. And another reason for that is because so many people have way more spec points than when you're in S1 to S3. So lots of people have over 100 points now in the oldest states. Let's have a look into speciality. Well, of course, in speciality you've got if I can find the right one. Here we go. Precision shout. So when firing a dragon shout, 50% chance to direct hit lasts 30 minutes. So if your opponent's guardian launches a destroyer shout, you just get 5 or 6 players in your alliance to activate precision shout skill in their accounts. That gives them a 50% chance of their dragon shouts hitting the target. So no matter, even if that player, the opponent is refreshing, building bolts all the time, those shouts can still get through. They've got a 50% chance to get through. So it's way easier to reduce that opponent's demolition value and zero the castle. Someone can't sit there and be constantly building, refreshing their bolts, and also go into the fortress and refresh the actual demo value, while also refilling their troops if other castles are hitting them. So, are we actually even going to see the destroyer shouts in use during this season? I don't think we are. Another factor to think about is garrison bases. So in S3, we've got garrison bases. They're useful for spreading your tiling network. It's useful if you do have this scenario where players aren't online. Players can dump their troops into the garrison base, and then the garrison master can control those troops during the battles. So that is a useful mechanic. But also, people were using garrison bases in defense. Now, defensively, they used to be quite good because a garrison base, if you put it close to your AC, it had a really high demolition value, and it would slow down an opponent's attack. And obviously, if there was always the thing where you wanted, with the tile release taking 5 minutes. If you could slow an opponent down for 5 minutes and then take all their tiles from them, that would effectively end the attack, or certainly push them back. And having a garrison base with a high demo value helped with that, particularly if you were all like reinforcing it. So now we all have like avalanche and much higher demolition values on our troops. So at how quick most alliances should be able to actually destroy a garrison base pretty quickly. Now, the issue that causes you as the defensive team is that a garrison base, once it's destroyed, actually leaves a space that is the right size for your opponent to put a rally point down. So you're going to have to think about where are you going to put your garrison bases. So there's just so many kind of elements here to think about. In terms of defense with your farms, back in S1 to S3, I think my farms were like around C20, C21, C22, that kind of thing. And now they're all C25. I've got T9 troops, and quite a lot of the accounts have Avalanche Awakened. So again, I can actually, with cavalry, hit a tile, an opponent's enemy tile, in one hit and take it back. So I think battles potentially are going to be a lot faster paced, and it's going to be interesting. And I'm sure it's got to be more tile centric, just because if the gameplay mechanics are the same as before, with the 10-minute launch time for a destroyer shout, I just don't see how destroyer shouts are going to work. Are we going to have will in the game? Are we going to have the original style of garrisoning a tile where you can just garrison the single tile? Or is it going to be how we've had it in the last few seasons of Eden, where you garrison a single tile and all the adjacent tiles are garrisoned as well? That's going to make defenses much more difficult to break down, I think. So yeah, just so many things to think about, and the devs haven't confirmed a lot of these gameplay elements. Well, they haven't confirmed any of the gameplay elements yet. So I'm hoping in the coming days we're going to find out about that. And I'm sorry I don't have any extra information to give you in this video today. I just wanted to kind of highlight that we do have this new version of Reign of Chaos coming. Interesting thing to point out as well, that obviously now we're rotating between Total War and Eden potentially. Also, for looking into the future, if you look at LSS right now, they actually have an Eden All-Stars event on, where the top 16 alliances in the game are actually on the same map, facing each other, like in a VIP map, basically. So it's going to be interesting to see whether the Rise of Empire team also bring that format in future seasons of Reign of Chaos. But at least they've listened to our views, and I'm, for one, excited about what's going to happen in the coming weeks. I think we've had nearly a year and a half of Eden, so switching up the gameplay is going to make it different. I don't think I'm going to be able to get up at 2 a.m. because that's what reset is for me here in the UK. But then my alliance haven't said what time our battles are going to be yet, and it's going to be interesting to see what groups we're going to be paired with, because obviously I think it was originally an 8-team group, 8-state group. Then did it go up to 12 and then 16? I think. How are they going to arrange that? How are they going to do the matchmaking? Some of the states that used to be here, they're not in the game anymore. The states have been closed. So in this oldest bracket, so there's a lot of questions unanswered that hopefully some of it is going to be resolved and answered next Monday the 15th. So lots to talk about. I've covered lots in this video, guys. Of course, I'm really interested to hear your comments about the fact that we've got Total War back in the game. I'm sure a lot of people do have something to say on this, so please do drop your comments in the comment section down below. And if you could please share this video and my channel in your Alliance chat, Province chat, and through Line, WhatsApp, Viber, Discord, whatever you use to communicate with your fellow players in the game, that would be very much appreciated. Again, don't forget Huawei have their offer until Sunday, so you can take advantage of that during the solo cumulative event this weekend. And again, the links for the event page is in the video description. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.